Brian, let's talk about gifting to children. First of all, I think the common thing that people believe is that I can give up to $15,000 to my child without any sort of tax consequences.
Yeah, that is the common belief out there. It's not exactly accurate, so I wanted to kind of talk about that first. But before I do, just the concept of gifting to kids, it comes up a lot in my financial planning meetings. We all want our kids to have a better life than us, but sometimes giving your kids too much money too early can be a detriment. Sometimes it can be positive. Now, certainly if it's for college education, their first house, helping them with start a business that they've vetted that you feel like has a good chance, that may be a really nice way to do some gifting. Just giving them money just because, and maybe maybe I don't have to get a hard job out there. That may not be as good. So a lot of people have this come up, gifting, and they also have the issue of gifting. You've got multiple kids, and one's a doctor, and one hasn't been able to find their way. You know, how do you equalize it sometimes, the gifting? That way, some have kids, you know, there might be grandkids and one's without the other, and who knows. So you got all these different things that go into it. So I wanted to get into the numbers though. Can you only give 15, 16,000 a year? No, you can give as much as you want. Is it taxable? Yeah, over that amount it is. Oh, what's the tax rate? Generally 0, so it doesn't matter. So let me give an example. Let's say that the federal exemption is $10 million. Meaning you can give away or die with $10 million before the federal tax kicks in. And you have an estate well below that, and you want to give your kid $115,000, and the exemption is 15 grand. So the first 15 grand, no problem. The next 100 is taxable. But it's taxable at a rate of 0 because instead of having a $10 million exemption, you're supposed to file a gift tax return and use up some of that exemption. So now your exemption is only $9.9 million for the rest of your life and at death. Well, for most of us, well, so what? I don't have that much. Exactly. So you can give as much as you want. You just may have to file a gift tax return that says you don't owe any money. So it's just kind of the silly game we play. Now, if you have more than $10 million in this example, okay, now that chipping away at the exemption matters. And that's where we might want to do a little more gift planning.
Brian, what are some of the reasons why you would not want to gift to children during your lifetime?
Yeah, like they say on the airplane, put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you put it on your kids. So that's a pretty good example as to why, because I've had a lot of people, you know, think they got to take care of their kids their whole life, pay off their student loans, and they're sitting, I'm looking at their retirement plan saying, you're barely making it. You're talking about paying off your kids' medical school loans? No, 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 no. You need the money. They'll make money. They'll be fine, you know. So you got to consider that. Also, I've had people want to gift highly appreciated assets, and I'm like, well, there's a tax consequence to that because you're also gifting the basis. And if they sell that, they're going to have a big tax consequence. Whereas if they inherit it, then there won't be any due to the step up in basis. So there can be tax considerations too. But absolutely, you should take care of yourself and your spouse before worrying about taking care of your kids if you want to put it in order.
Brian, what if you want to gift to more members of a household, you know, like a spouse?
Yeah, the gifting rules are per person per year. And so let's say husband and wife want to give to their daughter and son-in-law some money, and they don't want to file a gift tax return. And let's say the exemption is 15 grand to make it easy. So the father can gift to the son 15, and the son-in-law, and 15 to the daughter. The mom can give 15 to the daughter and 15 to the son-in-law. They just gave $60,000. And maybe there's a couple of grandkids, so each of them could give 15 to each in this example. And so let's say there's 2 of them, there's another $60,000. They literally could transfer $120,000 to this 4-person family and not have any gift tax consequences. They don't have to even file a gift tax return. So yeah, you can increase your gifts that way. There's other gifting strategies like gifting percentages of a partnership, LLC, that kind of thing, and using minority discounts and other things that we talk about in another clip that we've done. But yeah, gifting, there can be some strategies around that. One last comment on this is I mentioned that you'd have to file a gift tax return for federal purposes. You don't file it for state, let's say state of Washington, even though they have a low exemption amount. if you gift, you can gift all you want up until the day you die. You never have to account for any of that to the state of Washington.
Brian, thanks for telling us more about gifting to children.